This question asks us to use our knowledge of circular functions and sketching to find the area between this function and the x-axis. So the first thing we need to do is sketch this, and we know that this is a sine graph that's been translated across to the right by pi over 2. Being a sine graph, we know the period is 2 pi over n, and here n equals 1, so the period is 2 pi. So that means the graph would start here, for example, which is the pi over 2, quite convenient, and look like that. And this point here, 2 pi later, would be my 5 pi over 2 and 0. And it's always handy to write your coordinates as coordinates, or your intercept as coordinates, and not just numbers. So keep that in mind. Examiners love that. Pi on 2 and 0. So what I'm actually asked to do is find the area here, this blue area. You'll notice some of it's above the curve and some of it's below the curve. So we need to keep in mind now our symmetry properties. And our symmetry properties state that if I can find this area, let's call it area A, then all I need to do is double it to find the total area. So if this part's area A, this area here will also be exactly the same size. So what I could consider now is to say my area A is the integral between pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2 of my function, which is sine of x minus pi over 2 with respect to x, and my total area equals 2 times that 2a. So once I've calculated this, then I know all I need to do is double it to find my total area. So now let's just find this first area. So now a will equal, once I integrate this, it's going to be negative cos x minus pi over 2. Remember, I don't need to use the plus c when I have these terminals between 3 pi over 2 and pi over 2. So now I need to make an expression where I substitute this in. So it's negative cos 3 pi over 2 minus pi over 2. Let's place that a little bit nicer. Minus negative cos pi over 2 minus pi over 2 is 0. Now we know cos of 0 equals 1, and we know here 3 pi on 2 minus pi on 2, cos of negative pi equals negative 1. So this equals negative of negative 1 minus negative 1. So my area A actually equals 1 plus 1, which equals 2 square units. Now remember though, that my area A is only half of this. So my total area equals 2A, which equals 2 times 2 is 4 square units. And that's how we use both integration and symmetry to find the area between a curve and the x-axis. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe or like. Thanks.